Y'all ready to do something? We already doing something. Mr. Williams, God woke us up this morning. Can I get a amen? Don't get scared now. Hallelujah. Thursday morning. Here we go.
Oh, check it out, hey man, check it out. We all the way live up in here on this it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm over here in Versailles, Kentucky. They over in Chesterfield, Virginia, y'all. Right there at the detention center, no doubt about it. Introduce yourself.
I'm Jennifer, I'm an addict.
I'm Ashley, I'm in recovery.
I'm Sierra, I'm an addict.
Steve, I'm an addict. I'm an addict named Clark. I'm still an addict named Chris.
Chris. So we got 115 on there popping. Like, check it out, man. Share this out for us. They're going to share a message about that freedom that you get locked up behind the gate, right? Because there's freedom right here. Even while you locked up, I'm trying to tell you. So let's see who's in the comments. Y'all, can you tell me if y'all can see the comments? Boom. Uh-oh. Can y'all see those?
Yeah.
Can you shout them out then? What's the name?
Simon. Tammy.
Tammy, we see you, girl. Mark went through that program. Mark went through HARP.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, he did, Gary Swifter. We see you, baby. We see you. No doubt. Here we go. Let's get them in real quick. Who this bull god? What the peanut? Hey, man, I see you, baby. We're going to love. Tim Kraft, the man, the myth, the legend, High on Hope Ministries right there in West Virginia, baby. The Reach down there doing big things, giving back, man. A hand up, not a handout. Helping people help themselves. I love you, Timmy, baby. My man, 100 grand, let your pain be champagne. Non-alcoholic, we're going to live today. Here we go. Who did we miss, y'all? Amber. I see Amber in here. So, yeah, I got to give a shout out real quick to Amber and Scott Shaw, what's the event? Help me. I had it when we started, remember? Deputy Seals, do you remember?
It was chain reaction.
Chain reaction. What does that mean? Tell them. Chain reaction by one of us.
Breaking the cycle of addiction.
Yeah, because and it gives somebody else the courage to get that healing, to get that freedom. You girls sit up there, that chain reaction, and poured your heart out, kept it 100. About the shame, the pain, the guilt, the misery, right? And what that did was that gave somebody else the courage to know they're not alone, man, to know they're not stuck. You know what I mean? While that evil committee's beating you up, telling you ain't no good, you ain't never going to be nothing, then there y'all was, telling on it. Here's what y'all do with that. How we going to let God in the winds? What we going to do today? All right. So give us something, man. What y'all got for? Who wants to start? Oh, sorry. Real quick. Y'all see this dude here? Say his name.
Teddy.
That's Teddy Milton, y'all. Boone County Deputy Sheriff. Hear me? That's my guy, my friend. You hear me? Listen, I ate Thanksgiving at his house a couple years ago. That's how God works in this thing, man. You feel me? And we'll judge the police, because we'll judge them, won't we, man? Because they was doing their job and arrested us. Can y'all agree? But Teddy's story, man. Teddy paid DOC, Department of Corrections, to bring his brother to their mama's funeral. No one's exempt from this. Teddy lost his sister to a fentanyl overdose 3 years ago. We don't know what's going on in people's lives. But anyway, with that said, let's do this. Come on, get it out there. Come on. Share it with me.
Claudia.
Sean.
Sean Whitlock. Sean, that's my hope shot right there. He does a lot of service work inside FCDC. He would come in there when I was in the program. I went through the 12-step program like we talked about, like you guys are doing inside the facility, and found that cross. I see Jay Cross in the house. How you doing, Jay? Oh, yes, yes. So tell him, there's my man, Robert Murphy. Tell him what HARP stands for, guys.
Helping addicts recover progressively.
Yes, sir. They just had my daughter on there.
What happened?
You just had my daughter on the comments, Casey Barrett.
Where? Let me find it. Hold on. Casey, where you at in here? I done went too far. Get back in here, Casey. Give us something. So how I mean, let's be real, okay? And speak up when you say your name. Just say, hey, I'm so and so. But share some blessings with us. May Jean in the house, my peoples. May Jean, yes. Look, loves y'all. You hear me? Because we are you and you are me. It took me a minute to get that, y'all. Hear me? People weird got weird to me. People say, I love you. I'm like, what you don't even know me. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm watching for them to set their purse down. You know what I mean? All that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Share with us. Come on, get in there. Give it up.
All right. I'm Jennifer. I'm an addict.
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
So I was thinking about it earlier, like my rock bottom. Like they say everybody's rock bottom is different, but I will always like try to judge my rock bottom compared to other people's rock bottoms, right? And so I never really felt like I had one out there. I had too much fun. And my good days were my good days and my bad days were my bad days. That was me surviving because I really didn't know how to live. So when I got here and my man got killed since I've been here, I believe that was my rock bottom. I didn't have no distractions. Like I just realized that like I loved the lifestyle so much and it didn't love me back. And so like being in the program, the one thing that I had to learn how to do was listen. And because I feel like I got all the answers and my best thinking is what got me here to begin with. So like being with the girls in the program, I allowed them to love me back to life because it was like nowhere to go but up for me. So I had to really be open-minded, and they showed me a whole lot of love. Not just the girls in the program, the men in the program, the officers in the program, like everybody that works with mental health, like they were like relentlessly there for me. Like no matter what, they didn't let me sit quiet. Sierra, she's my roommate, been my roommate since day one, 9 months in the same room with somebody, and that's my best friend. This Ashley, like people that I trust for the first time ever, like I can trust somebody with my life, with my feelings, with my secrets, with telling me where I'm wrong at, and I respect their opinion. So like through that, I've gotten better through that. I really thought that my problem was drugs, but drugs aren't just my problem. I have a lot of behavior problems, but they were learned behaviors from when I was a kid. You know what I mean? So like I didn't see that those were issues. I'm wondering what everybody else is upset about. Like, I don't know no different. And so when you have to like literally peel that onion back and somebody's like bringing up all these behaviors that you got going on, you're like, what? Like, why are y'all even bringing this up? Like, to me, it wasn't an issue. But then as I started getting like LEs and consequences and all those essays and stuff like that, because yeah, we get those a lot, I started realizing that I do got some issues. I do got some problems. And it started to help me to get better, just being able to be honest, to listen, and to think about what is the right thing to do, what is the right way to go, and what is my motivation. So, yeah.
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 Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Give it to him. I'm seeing you. Come on, girl. Give it to
She's trying. She's trying to get her words together in her head.
Gotta get it together. Okay. So I'm Ashley. I'm in recovery.
Ashley.
So I'm gonna just piggyback off of you started it saying like hearing all these people say I love you and like you don't even know me. So coming into this program, all of that was different for me. Like actually having people genuinely care about me without even getting to know me first. And why? Because we're more alike than different. But I mean, from the beginning, as far back as I can remember, like my whole life was surrounded by nothing but chaos. I thought that was normal. Like I thought that tragedy and pain, and getting through it was the normal thing to do. And if I felt like if I didn't have something to fix, or if I wasn't doing something that made people look at me regardless of how they looked at me, then I wasn't doing nothing at all.
Yeah.
So coming into this program and just learning a new way of life and actually having real friends today, like I was just saying the other day, I shared in group, I said I can actually trust a female today with my life. Like I've never really had real friends. Like this whole experience is new to me, and I actually feel as though I can live today and be productive in society. Not only that, like I can give my daughter a mother, not just a mom, because anybody can have a child, but it takes a real parent to raise a child. So I can do that today only through this program. Like I came in here, I was broken. I didn't know how to live a different way at all. I didn't even know that I was an addict. But coming into this program and hearing people share that peer-to-peer piece, that's the thing that's kept me going the whole time. And being able to have people call me on my stuff and actually be able to take it, because I've never been able to take criticism. If you tell me I'm doing something wrong or tell me I need to change, I'm eliminating you out my circle. Like, you got to go. I don't want to hear that. Yeah. I'm focused on what I'm doing right here at this moment, and that's just doing what I need to do, surviving. I've learned that I don't have to survive today. Like, I can actually live. And it's just, it's crazy to me. I think back every day and I'm like, I can't believe I'm where I'm at. I can't believe I have the mindset I do. I can't believe that I have a relationship with God today, because that's the thing that saved me. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's an amazing thing. And these two women sitting beside me, like, they mean everything to me, even though they might get on my nerves. But that happens. That's what happens when you have real friends. You can go through so many things and get over it. But at the end of the day, we all have one goal in common. We're trying to recover and be better. So, I mean, and so I don't really know how to put it, but this program is just amazing. It saved my life in so many ways. And I could go on and on for hours and just talk about how grateful I am for it. But I show my gratitude through doing everything that I got to do every day to continue to grow and be the woman that I've grown to be. That's it.
Yeah, it's like a sense of freedom.
You
know what I mean? Like, we've been like bound for so long. Mm-hmm. So like that little piece of, okay, I'm gonna get over this thing right here. I'm gonna face this head on. I'm not gonna go past it. I'm gonna go through it, and you ain't got to do it alone. You know what I mean? Yeah. It feels good to know that like we understand each other. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not ashamed to be an addict. For one, like I feel like addicts are special people. We're special. Like who really pays attention to their character defects? You know what I mean? Who does a step on being powerless? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm proud of who we are. You know what I mean? I'm proud of us that we even took the chance to even fight and come into the program, period. Because most of us aren't even court ordered in the program. We're here because we want a different way of life. And together, that's what we do. We are family as a whole, men and women. Like, we are family, and we will get through whatever together. And it feels good to even be able to say that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What you got over here?
Over her. What you got over there?
Oh, I'm Sierra and I'm an addict.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sierra, give it to him.
So I actually touched on a piece that was a big struggle for me when I first came in. And it was a struggle for me for months when I first came in with the like letting people love you piece. And I still struggle with that. Because I've always felt like I had to be like tough and that like showing love and showing any kind of like emotion was like a weakness type piece. So for me, like when I came in and people are all trying to tell me that they love me and all this and that, it was like, what? Like, this is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't even know me. Y'all don't know what I've been through. You can't relate to nothing I've been through. There's no way that y'all can understand me. But the more that I sat around that circle and listened to them girls and you know what I'm saying, instead of trying to find the differences between me and everybody in that circle, oh, well, I'm not doing this, so I'm not like her. The more that I stopped trying to pick out the differences and realize that we are so much alike. Like when they say, I am you and you are me, that is like so true, because I can relate to everybody, men and women. If you're an addict, at the end of the day, we have the same common goal if we're trying to get better. Like she said, we're trying to recover. And that's what this program does. Like we work on our behaviors. They tell us that our problem is 10% drug addiction and 90% our behaviors. And that's what we do. So it's about being accountable for our actions and letting people love us until we love ourselves again, and breaking down those walls and taking the masks off and stuff. And it took me a long time to realize like that that's what's keeping me sick, is as long as I keep on shutting people out and not talking about what my problems are, and not letting people in, that's I'm not gonna start getting better. And as soon as I broke down and finally started letting people come in and talking about my problems, that's when I started getting better. And then next thing you know, I was the one that was feeding that shot of hope to the next girls that were coming in still sick and suffering. And that feels good all in its own to me. Like, I mean, I'm not a philosopher by no means, but it feels good to see the girls that come in behind me and see the hurt on them and see them broken, and still be able to take myself back to those moments when I felt that way, when I came through them doors and I felt like I ain't have no reason to live. I ain't have my time yet. I didn't know where I was going, what I was doing. My kids hated me. My mama ain't want nothing to do with me. Like, and knew where I am now, and let them girls know that there's a way, like you can get through this, and you just find the words, you know what I'm saying? And this program gives you all of that. It somehow, some way, like it's a process, but it's just engaging in everything that they have to offer, even down to the littlest stuff. But it's just being open-minded to everything that they have to offer us. And it's not just the classes and everything else. It is down to the peer-to-peer part, like just one addict to another, because that's what's the life-saving part of this whole program. Like, nobody understands but us.
Yeah, that therapeutic value, one addict helping another. Real quick, y'all, read this out loud, all y'all. Look at here, Jessica Berry.
We all here watching. We love you so much.
We love you, Jessica.
Hey, look here. I'm soft as cotton. You hear me? I see that because it's what, because it was lack of love for ourselves. It wasn't that we didn't love the kids. It wasn't that we didn't love, our mom, our daddy, our aunts, our uncles, our nieces and nephews, our spouse, whatever. It wasn't. It was lack of love for self, man. I didn't love me enough, y'all. Huh? To get out there and love me enough to know that I do have purpose, that I do have worth, We got to dig deep up in this piece. What's the guys got going on back there, man? Which one y'all gonna get up here and let it out?
My name's Chris, man. I'm still an addict, man.
Chris.
I'm going to start off, man, by just giving a shout out to everybody out there watching, man. If ain't nobody told y'all lately that you awesome, they love you, man. I love you, and you're awesome, man. And, that's my wife that just put that up there, man. Jessica Berry, man. Casey Berry, my daughter, she's been posting. I just want to tell y'all, man, we do this together, man. And one of the main things that I got out, what's up, Gary? One of the main things that I got out of this program is when I first got here, man, I was so beat down and broken, man, and never believing in myself, always putting myself down, always saying I ain't never had nothing, ain't never gonna be nothing. But there's always somebody to check you on it, always somebody to bring out the good qualities that you have in life and your personality and the things that you do, and it's just the unity, man, that I'm not alone, that I have brothers and sisters. What's up, Anita? That I have everybody out there, on the street praying for me, man, and just knowing that I'm doing this. And, for once in my life, I'm finally doing something for myself. I've always lived for my girl. I always made Jessica Berry my higher power. I always made my kids my higher power. I never believed in anything greater than myself other than other people. Yeah. And here today, I believe in a higher power, man, and that's Jesus Christ, man. And I want to put this out there. It gives me a sense of peace. And to know that I have a purpose in this world. What's up, baby? And to know that everything, man, y'all gonna make me cry. To know that man, that we're all here together, man. Having all these people in my circle out there that I have effect on in such a negative way in my active addiction, man. Just knowing that my purpose is so greater than what I've been living in life. That there's so many people that we help by doing the next right thing for the right reason, man. And I've been in here, man, underneath of Steven Rogers and Toby Jenkins and Brian Brennan and all these people, man, that I've looked up to in this program, that I've learned so much from. And it's an honor to sit here saying that I'm so grateful to have been an addict in my life, because I get a chance to live two lives.
Yeah.
I lived my life as an addict, and now I'm gonna live my life in recovery, man, and just be so positive and be such a role model to so many people that's never met me out there. To just share the message that addicts still suffer, man. It's just a greater good, man. It's so awesome to be here, man, and thank y'all. We love all y'all, man. You know.
We love you, Jessica.
Yeah, thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Good stuff, hey man. That's real. Yeah, you better, hey boy, you better let them tears out. Cause hey, look here. I get on that stress box and I want to hold them hostage. Hear me? I want to hold you hostage, not doing anything different. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got to do everything different, man. You good share right there. Who we got up next?
My name's Brian.
Brian.
For me, man, I heard her touch a little bit on masks, and you know, I think my addiction, man, this whole disease started for me way before I put drugs in my body, man. I can remember as a kid, you know, my dad not really being in the picture and being raised by my mom and a sister that was 2 years older than me. You know, I was seeking guidance from the wrong people, man, and I always had to put on these masks in order to fit in and just be accepted. And that sense of family, man. And coming from Southside Richmond, man, it was a lot of gangs at that time, and I was young. So it was a lot of gang violence, and I participated in a lot of things, man. I didn't even like doing. You know, I was doing things for the wrong reasons just to fit in. And I think that's where it all started.
Yeah.
Learning negative behaviors, man. And then negative behaviors, once you learn them and live that life for so long, I'm talking, 10, 15, 20 years and on, it's so hard for us when we come in here, man, to understand it. We have to unlearn those behaviors and pick up these new tools that the HARP program offers us.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at, man, is just like, for me, it's a little bit different. Recovery, this is definitely not my first time. I've been trying this thing since about 2011. I was like 19. I was in Riverside Regional Jail, man, and I had a guy come up to me and he started talking about this recovery place where they offer treatment, recovery houses, and all he talked about was all the girls that were going to be involved. So what do I do? At this point, I'm not an addict. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was in jail on drug charges, but I was not an addict. So I went out to that program. It's an RCO that we have out like in Henrico County. And I was there for all the wrong reasons, man. So, I picked up some of the stuff and kind of carried it with me. But as the time went by, my addiction creeped back in. My old behavior started showing up, and I would just run. And so it kind of went like that for years, man. In and out of recovery, in and out of houses. Every time I'd get in trouble, I'd run to the judge and want a program. Give me a program. I'll never do it again. Give me a program. I'm doing better. I'm living this life, and for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So it really took, man, a thorough butt whooping this time where, it got so progressive. When they say that in the rooms, man, and this disease that we have is progressive, it is so true, man. Because I can just remember over the years, every time I go back out there and start using drugs and alcohol and living that lifestyle again, it gets so much worse, man. I've overdosed probably over 10 times at least, been hospitalized from it. As a direct result of the disease, I got shot in my face, lost my right eye at 25 years old. That was a tough piece for me. That sent me back into like a downward spiral, got very depressed. But thankfully, man, this time I was out there running and I really believe in my heart, if I would not have gotten locked up and came to the HARP program, I would not be here, man. I really believe that in my heart. And one piece of the program that I've always missed was the spiritual aspect. I always heard people talking about God, and I'm not going to say that I wasn't a believer, but I wasn't serving God. I hadn't given my life to God. I hadn't surrendered. That's a big word we hear in this program, is surrender.
Yeah.
And I share all the time. It's like, for me, it took me a long time to realize what that looks like coming from a man, a person that was raised to be tough and not show your feelings, not show your emotions, and not let other people know that soft side of you and get vulnerable. But I came here in this HARP program and I was broken, man. I was so broken. And I came in a circle and I seen other men just like me sharing things just like the things that I had been through, crying in a circle with a bunch of grown men, and everybody supported it. Nobody laughed, and it wasn't a funny matter. It was more love, man. And that's something that I hadn't really experienced a whole lot of in my life. So I started getting honest with myself. When I shared my story, I was honest about my story. I wasn't ashamed of it no more because I'm in a room full of people with the same type of stories. I can relate to every story. If you're an addict, just like she said, man, I can relate to you. one way, shape, or form, man or woman, it doesn't really matter. We all are more alike than different.
Yeah.
And we all have experienced pain.
Yeah.
And, you know, for me, that pain, I always ran to the wrong things to soothe that pain.
That's right.
And I heard the other day, man, he said, you know, sometimes the things that we run to end up running us.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened in my life for years and years and years, man. And now I'm here. I do have some pretty serious cases, man, but I'm being positive. I have turned my life over to God. There's a guy in this program, man, who came to me and seen how broken I was when I got here. And he asked me if I believed in God, and I told him, yes, sir, I did. It's actually Toby Jenkins. He wouldn't care if I shouted him out. So he told me to go upstairs, shut my door, and talk to God. And I thought he sounded kind of crazy at first. I'm like, all right, yeah, I've heard this type of, you know, I didn't know what to do. But I knew that he knew a better way because he was feeling better. He was living better. He had been in the program for a while. He looked happy. And that's something that I had not seen in such a long time. So I went up in my cell and I shut my door and I started praying. I started talking to God. And something happened to me that day, man. I don't know if it was a spiritual awakening, what you want to call it, but God came into my life that day, and it actually put me into tears, man. I really didn't know how to handle it. It was overwhelming, you know, because the power of God, it's unexplainable. But and then right after that, after I got done praying, you know, I dried my eyes. Didn't want nobody to see me crying yet because I'm still tough and all, you know.
Yeah.
So
Real.
a buddy of mine, another guy in the program, a guy that's a really big believer in here, my buddy Lou, man, he came to the cell out of nowhere. He just came up there just to holler at me. He just came to the door and said, man, I believe in you, bro. You can do this, man. I believe in you. And I was just like, man, if that ain't God, then I don't know what is. So I give all the glory to God, man, for real. And I know that's kind of a loose phrase, but I really do, man. I pray every day, and I just thank God for this opportunity. I know this is the best place for me at this point. It's the safest place, and it's where I'm getting so many tools and just endless opportunities in this program, man. The staff here, Ms. Seals, Haga, Sheriff Leonard, they give us so much, man. Like we, you know, things that we don't even deserve, man. It's unexplainable, the things that we get. But we do work for it, man. We put in a lot of work in here. We work the steps. You know, we have so many different varieties of classes, trades, GED. I mean, people are healing in here. People are getting better in the HARP program. And that's what I feel like we all came to convey to y'all today. So I hope I did a good job with that. Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look here, man. You did a great job. You hear me? And we doing something different today. It's real. Man, Casey Bray, hey, look, man, she got me over here crying. They love you, Daddy. Hey, man, look here, man. You better quit playing.
Even through the midst of struggle and addiction, we still love, man.
Hey, man, look, check it out. Hey, everybody out there, it's on here. Please hashtag this one time. God in the wind. Follow Ashley's lead. We need that. My aunt's in there. Y'all say hi to Kathy Relaford. That's my aunt. She's up in there with us. DC Curtis over in Phoenix. Look, that Phoenix life. Yes, show us some love all the way out of Phoenix, baby. Yes. Amen. Good stuff. Let's get some shout outs real quick, y'all. Who we got?
Share. Hear me.
All right, who we got? Boom.
Alex.
What's up, Alex?
Alex Rum. Lamar. Look at Steve. Look at Steve, boy. Yes. We got Pop. Look at that. Who we got?
Trisha.
33 months. Y'all better recognize. Boom. Sarah Chirillo. We love you, Sarah. Sarah's going to be speaking at the Blameless Children June the 11th, 2022. When y'all get out, y'all need to get down here and quit playing, getting this event. I'm trying to tell you. Who we got here? I got to watch somebody. Boom. Who we got? Much respect to you. I wish you. Yes, boy. Give it to him. Here we come. I wish you nothing but the very best. Here we go. Ashley, boom. Let God in the wind. We see you. Lamar said, Chris Berry. I'm waiting. Donna, this is my partner right here, Donna Martin. She has a business called Recovery Wagon. What they do is help people get transported to treatment, to detox, or even their court date, or even their probation officer. You know how we want to make it, if the dope was there, we'd do whatever it took to get there, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But then we get out there and the rubber meets the road. We go, I can't make it. I ain't got it right. You better shut your mouth. We do whatever it takes. It's the same amount of work, y'all. It's the same amount of work. It's just we have an abundant blessings when we're on this narrow path of recovery. But y'all, I want y'all to tell me how good Deputy Seals is. I'm just saying, she's been hey, look, man.
And
That's Mama Bear.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you.
Get your hand in the view. There she is.
Yeah.
well, let me.
I was going to say, who
Look,
wants to go?
We can all
Yeah.
stumble over this right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll argue
you
behind this
started
one.
something bringing
You
the
have.
seals into this,
Yeah.
just so you know.
'Cause
Like,
Yeah, because let me just start by saying I came into this program, right? So that I love you to death, Miss Hill.
yes.
Yeah.
So I never trusted police officers at all. Like I had no respect for authority whatsoever. Like she opened my eyes to so many different things. And the way she cares about us, her level of compassion, she goes above and beyond for us. Like she's definitely forever family to me.
Yeah.
She's just amazing. Like all of the things that she does for us. And me coming into this program, I had a real hard head and I was so stubborn. Like I was trying to turn the program into my program, wanting to do things my way. And her, along with all the other women, seeing something in me that I didn't see in myself.
Yeah.
And that started my growth process right there because I never believed in myself. I didn't feel like I did anything for anybody to love me or care about me, right? Because I always messed up everything in my path. So this woman, like she just comes and I know she's God sent her.
Yeah.
He put her in my path for a reason because without her helping me along the way each and every day, her words of encouragement and just being there, if we need a shoulder to cry on, like she's always there. Yeah. And I just respect her in so many ways. And I'm so grateful to have her in my life.
Yeah. How awesome. That's just beautiful, man. It's just so real, like you said, because, and I never did. I looked at myself. The police have talked to me really bad and some have treated me really well. But, and I'm always a clown anyway. I said, well, I'm just job security. But we can't judge as a whole, and that's anything, anybody, and just for her to be there in that moment and be there with you guys, that's a God thing, man, to show you that love you never felt, again, it's heavy. Who else has got some positive right here?
Steve, I'm an addict.
Stevie, baby.
Oh, yeah. So, like, I'm just sitting here listening, right? And it's like the emotions that I have are overwhelming. Just starting, from right here and moving all the way around. And it gets tougher and tougher because I'm sitting here thinking about, like, everything that was spoke on. And the first thing, like, your rock bottom. And I'm taking myself back to my rock bottom mentally. And I'm, like, trying to relive where I was at when I came in this process, 3 years and some change ago. And where I lost myself, and it's just crazy because I lost myself so long ago. And it was like at that age, 11 years old, going into a group home in Richmond where I didn't know anybody. I was by myself, and the only attention I got was bad attention, and nobody wanted me around. Like my family, my teachers, the clinicians, like I was just a terrible child. I destroyed everything I put my hands on. And it's like, I drove myself deeper and deeper and deeper into like just chaos. And I spent my entire life in that. And like, I had bits and pieces of glamour and looked like I was on the right track and I was going to get my life back together. And then I would destroy it all. And when I think about my rock bottom, I think about how long I stayed there, just simply because I was scared of falling back if I got up.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's just crazy. And it's like, my rock bottom is looking at myself in the mirror and just hating who I've become and hating what my life has turned out to be. And, and then I come into a program in a jail and I walk in and 50 people are clapping.
Right.
Like, like an audience. And like I'm under the gun and it's just like, what in the world is going on?
Right.
And then people telling me I don't even know, hey man, I believe in you. Nobody's ever believed in me for nothing. And I've never given anybody a reason to believe in me, ever. Like I said, I've destroyed every relationship. And you said, but like you just said, it's not that I don't love my kids. It's not that I don't love my family. It's that I don't love myself.
Right.
And I could care less what happened with me. And I remember sitting in a room by myself, not caring if I was dead or alive. And it's like, and I lived my life like that for so long. And, I come in here and guys that are just meeting me, like coming and tell me about my behaviors, trying to show me some accountability. It's like, don't tell me what to do, but they're telling me what to do because they care about where I'm headed.
Yeah.
Right. And as long as I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm not headed nowhere. Like I'm gonna keep on this path of destruction. And like, and one of my favorite pieces that Marlon Turner, shout out to Marlon Turner, told me, man, and it wasn't too long ago, was I gotta stop looking out the window and start looking in the mirror. And it resonates with me because like that's what I'm doing. I've spent my whole life just look at my childhood, look how I was raised, and you know, and how many different schools I went to, and group homes, and here and there, and no one loves me, and I spent that my whole life living with those excuses. And now I come in here, I can't make any more. Right. I can't make any more excuses because I'm here and this is all I got. Yeah. And I can't do nothing but go up from here, man. And it's like, and we talk about accountability. I got to start taking responsibility for myself.
Right.
I got to start, and then through this process, that's what I've gained. Like I like who I am today. Mm-hmm. I can look in the mirror and tell myself I love you when I wake up in the morning because I do. Mm-hmm. And my favorite thing that I've seen come up so far was from pain to purpose, man.
Yeah.
And like, I know where I'm at, and then I talked about it in my group the other day, and I know where I'm headed. And it's like, today I have a purpose, you know, I have what I want to do, and I'm on this pathway, and that's where I'm following. And I talk about this, and I'm gonna share it again real quick, and I'm gonna wrap this up. It's like, I remember I used to have to do this, go to Georgia and get these samples, right, for a job I was working with. And you had to have 12 hours to come back and turn the samples in because that was the time period. It was a 10.5-hour drive, right? And you always go past south of the border and all these things that you're looking out the window and you like, right? But I never could stop. Well, that's my path right now. I got where I'm headed. I got somewhere I'm going, and I got somewhere I'm going to be. And there's going to be things that pop up on my drive there that this is going to look good and that's going to look great. But I can't stop there. I can't let them things mess me up because that's what they've done my entire life. And I just got to keep going on this path. And I'm on this path because of the people in this room, because of Deputy Seals, because of Deputy Hager, who's not here today. And our prayers are with him, man. And he showed me the ropes in this process. And it's just like the energy in this room is the reason why I'm here. And the comments up there are the reason why. This is what keeps me going. I appreciate y'all for letting me share that.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I'd like to share something. My name's Chris. I'm an addict.
Chris.
Yeah, another thing with the deputy part, man, you know, growing up with the lifestyle that I know I lived, probably most of everybody in this room, man, you grow a resentment towards law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the life that we live. You know, what's up, son? And with me anyway, I tell you that rolled over to where I raised my kids to not like the police or like law enforcement or any kind of you know, law at all. And you know, and being in this program and with the deputies in this jail, and you know, even down to the U.S. Marshal that brought me to the jail, just telling me that they believe in me and making me feel like I'm a human being and not just a number, and making me, you know, realize that everybody is not out to see me fall. And these deputies in this jail and that I've encountered in my life here recently have changed my entire outlook on law enforcement, period. Like I look forward to going home and growing a bond and becoming friends with some of the police officers that I've met in this jail and sheriffs that I've met in this jail. And for me, coming from somebody where I come from, that's unheard of. And I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I really respect law enforcement, and a lot of it has to do with the sheriff in Chesterfield County, Sheriff Leonard, and the deputies in this jail. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, hey, look here, we out here living. This is good stuff, good stuff. All right. Uh-oh. Was I echoing?
What?
It sounded like I was echoing. Can y'all hear me?
What, the peanuts?
What the peanuts pop loose right here at one time. Hey, this is my thing. This is why I love. Hey, man, real talk. So I got I've been there twice, right? I've been to this facility and see what HARP is doing over there, what the sheriff's doing, the deputies, and it's just so beautiful because that's, again, you know, and I said earlier on, that's the program I went through. I went through twice. You know, I was facing them football numbers at PFO1, persistent felony offender, because I didn't know how to act. I couldn't get right. You know what I mean? And I'd be on the phone, and I mean everything I said. Oh, I promise, baby, I'm gonna get 2 jobs. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? And then they open the gate, and we forget that pain. Huh? We forget about them jail trays. Huh? We forget about you. We forget. so quick, man. That's why we got to stay focused on this, man, and not forget that pain. Where was you at? So I'm gonna go left to right here. So so check it out. I was thinking today, guys, before we got to do this. Of course, I was supposed to be in the studio, and I'm in my kitchen because something, the devil was trying to stop us. Can't stop, can't get. Here we are. But I was thinking, man, what it was like, going all the way back to when I was in that hotel, that motel, and it wasn't a Holiday Inn, that trap house, and they got me. I went that far back, just remembering. You know what I mean? Went through the detox in the jail. Couldn't hold my mud, staying in the shower, my legs are jerking. You know what I mean? See, I don't forget these things today, man. And because it's a fight, man. What we suffer from an illness is cunning. It's baffling. It's powerful, and it will call you. I lost my daughter, y'all. November the 2017, November the 21st, 2017. Man, an overdose. And you talking about the pain, the shame, the guilt, the what ifs, beat myself up, y'all. And it kept telling me, go get one, how to stop that. But I didn't. I didn't because I did what I was taught. Man, I called people in my circle. Teddy Milton's on here, Seth Sweeney, Tim Ryan. God is putting people in my life. And I'm being vigilant of those people's motives, because the devil gonna put some people in your life too. You know what I mean? Yeah. But just to work through that, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I mean, 3 days in, after the burial, I just broke down, man. All that, because I wasn't in the Christmas pictures, I wasn't in the birthday pictures. You know what I mean? It's just huge, man. So, do you guys remember before you got there, the day of your arrest? Share a little bit about that, what it was like.
Oh man.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
All right.
Breath of fresh air.
Well, I want a breath of fresh air. For me, I was devastated.
What? Oh, it was, but no,
you know what really, I think what stood out to me the most about getting arrested this time was that I was in the house with kids, and they didn't just come and knock on the door. They surrounded the house and the block to come and get me. And when they beat on that door, and my sister opened it, and they had them guns drawn to my niece's face and their kids, that did something to me. And then it was like nobody in the house knew what was going on. And but like that same day, I had been out getting high all day long. The kids were waiting for me to get back. They wanted to bake a cake, which is something that I seem to do when I'm getting high. I want to do eyebrows and hair and toenails and all kinds of extracurricular stuff. I don't know. I probably done messed it up 500,000 times, but I try. And I was just devastated, like that they had to go through something like that on account of me. Like these are little girls that had never been through anything. And so hearing them crying, it didn't really hit me until like I was in T housing, and I was like, dang, they put them guns to them kids' face like that, And what if something would have happened? What if it would have been an accident or something like? So I was thinking about all of those things, and like I've been so selfish with everything, where I feel like I'm doing, all these right things. As long as money was involved, I felt like that fixed everything. But I wasn't there. I was absent mentally, and I wasn't thinking about my family and what could potentially happen to them, because of my lifestyle. And so, it was really hard for me. That was a reality check right there, that I wasn't, even involved them in anything like that. So, but it was a miserable feeling. It was the last day I got to touch my fiance, and you know what I mean? Like, that was December the 2nd, and I'll just never forget that day, for as long as I live. But I didn't feel like it was a breath of fresh air because I was so devastated. I didn't feel like it was a breath of fresh air until I was willing to listen to somebody, and that was when I came into the program. So my rock bottom, like I said, was after I got into the program, because I didn't even realize how much of an issue that I did have. So I
Well,
think once I was,
I'm sorry. Now, what I, when you were sharing, what I like is, you like, and I've been in those when I was, younger. I've been in 2 or 3 of those raids where SWAT comes in and things like that. And what stood out the most with you sharing is you realize, what if something would have happened, but you also realize the reason why they were there, SWAT team, you gave them that power. You put your kids, your family in jeopardy. And to own that. I love you, child. That's real. And that's our growth, man. We get to look at this. We get to own our part. But yeah, y'all keep going. I'm gonna take me off here. Share that. Keep sharing it honest. Let's get it, y'all. Give them some hope, baby.
All right.
hope is come to the HARP program.
Yeah.
That's the shot of hope. Come and get HARP strong like us. That's what
right.
you
Get
do.
some recovery.
Yeah.
We do recover.
Yeah.
And we give out essays, consequences. You can get on
And
the bus
wristbands.
stop. You might could get you a pen pal if you want one. Little shot of hope.
And it's all done through a multifaceted approach.
All through a multifaceted approach. Shout out to Lamar.
All right, so I'm Ashley. I'm in recovery.
Ashley.
So I got locked up December. Yeah, see, I just
That was
messed that up.
that was when they locked me up.
Listening
Ashley.
to you, see, you know what I'm saying? I got.
She don't even remember.
I do remember. Oh, I remember.
Oh.
I got locked up October 28, 2019. Yeah. I've been down for a while. So the day before I got locked up, well, I can go back to a few months before I got locked up. It just started. I knew I had hit my rock bottom. Like every day was just full of nothing. Like everything was a blur to me. Like I had the same routine every day, doing the same thing. Nothing I did had a purpose. I thought I was being a mother to my child. I wasn't, because I couldn't do anything without being high, right? I couldn't get up in the morning and put my foot on the floor without having something to put in my body. So I overdosed. And when I overdosed, I died 3 times in one night. That wasn't enough. I lost a child. That wasn't enough. I continued to do the same thing over and over again. I remember my daughter watching me leave her. And I remember her sitting in that window crying because I was leaving her. And I still left because I wanted to get well. So many things that I can remember that was going, life was just passing me by. And I was doing the same thing over and over again. I knew I needed help. I knew I wanted to stop, but I didn't know how to do that because I was surrounded by people that were so comfortable with the lifestyle. And I grew so accustomed to it myself that I thought nothing was wrong with it. I thought that I was doing it because I wanted to do it. And so the day before, though, I had lost the September, I lost my grandmother, and she was everything to me. I lost her. Didn't make it to her funeral because I was so messed up the night before. When I tried to get dressed to go to the funeral, my mom was like, "No, you need to lay down and go to sleep. You can't go nowhere like that. You can barely walk." So I missed my grandma's funeral, beat myself up about that. I lost my cousin in October, a few weeks before I got locked up. I watched him take his last breath. And that's something that sticks with me forever, right? And I just feel so bad because I'm like, dang, if I would have been there a few minutes before, maybe I could have stopped him from leaving. And I had lost a lot, but death had become so normal to me because I lost so many people in my addiction. And throughout my life, it seemed like every time I took a loss, it was somebody close to me or somebody that I cared so much about. And everybody else around me only cared about what they could get from me or what I could do for them. With the people that wanted me around, because it was very few. Because when I came around, people was like, "Don't you come around here with that crazy stuff." Like, but I was lost. I didn't know what to do at all. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know how to love myself, and I sure didn't know how to love anybody else. So the only thing I can continue to keep doing was messing things up around me and surviving, doing everything I could to get what I wanted. And I was miserable. I was miserable. When I woke up in that hospital the next morning, I asked God, why? Like, why? Why am I still here? For what? I didn't have a purpose. So it didn't just start the day before I got locked up that I realized that something was wrong, that I needed to do something different. It was way before that.
Yeah.
But coming into this program, right, I know we're all put on this earth for a purpose. And even though we don't see it, it's there. God put us here for a reason. And I've always been the person, right, where I will put everybody before myself and eat. Well, I think I'm doing the right thing and helping them and doing all of this stuff, material stuff, because that's what I think that's what I thought that the world revolved around. If you had money, everything made sense. That could make everything better. So I did all these things for everybody else, and I just loved helping people. So I know that's what my purpose has always been, but I never went about it the right way. Coming into this program, I seen how I can impact somebody else's life no matter what I've been through. Like being grateful to be an addict. I'm definitely grateful for that because I wouldn't be sitting here today and I wouldn't be the woman that I am.
Yeah.
So getting locked up, I wasn't arrested. I was rescued because if I wouldn't have came to jail, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. And then before I got my time, I sat there in Riverside. I sat there for 11 months, and I'm like, oh man, they ready to fry me. I ain't gonna never see the light of day again. Somebody else gonna raise my somebody gonna be raising my daughter. And like I didn't know. I thought my life was completely over. So I just got comfortable. I started bidding. I got in bidding mode. I'm so used to being locked up my whole life. That's all I've been good at. In and out of jails and institutions. Doing crazy stuff. Putting my hands on stuff that's not mine. Like I'm just used to all these destructive things. So like I was like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna get my time. I'm not going home. Might as well be comfortable. And that's what I did. I got comfortable because I'm one of those people. I can adapt to any situation I'm in. Wherever you put me at, I can adapt to that. I can get jiggy with it. I mean, it doesn't matter where I'm at. But that wasn't it. It was Riverside. That part.
Yeah, but again, like we breaking. Look here, man, for real. Because look at us. We're breaking generational curses. We felt it, and we were in that spot, but we were going to die like that, y'all. You know what I mean? So what you got over on the right? And I'm so sorry, I'm the worst with names. This young lady next to you.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm an addict.
Sierra up in this piece. Give it to us then.
All right. So the day I got arrested, this last time, I had just came home actually from Riverside. Well, I had just done a couple weeks stint, a month and a half prior to that, but I was locked up all summer last year and was locked up off and on throughout the fall. But I was fighting to stay clean, but I won't do nothing for recovery. Didn't know nothing about recovery. Never seen an NA book. Nothing. I was just not using. And finally I had relapsed, and had started using again. And I just felt so bad about myself, and was just in a really bad spot. And the holidays had hit, and my kids weren't there. And my daughter's birthday is 7 days before Christmas, and she's 13, so she's a little bit older, and she understands stuff a little bit different. So I was just in a bad spot. Christmas had just hit, and for the first time in my life, like I felt like I didn't want to live, you know what I'm saying? And I never had really felt like that. Even in the worst parts of my addiction, I never really felt like that. So leading up to me getting arrested, I had started in my mind thinking, okay, I'm gonna go buy this amount of dope, and my tolerance is so low, I'm gonna use this amount, and it's gonna take me out. And every time it wouldn't take me out. Like it wasn't working. And so the day I got arrested, I had went out and bought a good amount of heroin and was on that mission that I was going to take myself out. And I don't want to say that I overdosed, but I don't really know. But I went out in Wawa parking lot and woke up to the police officers beating on the window. And that's how I ended up getting arrested. And when I got arrested and got brought here and got shipped to Riverside, I knew I had done it this time. I really did. I knew I was not going home. I knew I was going to do a good bit of time. And it took me a couple weeks to shake that feeling. I was extremely suicidal. I did not want to live. And until I came into this program, and it took me a couple weeks of being here, I still had that awful feeling. So, like I said, until coming here, that's how most of us come in, is is broken and lost and just no desire to live whatsoever, or don't care whether we live or die. And that's just the feeling that I remember having when I got arrested, and at my surrender moment was just not having any will to live anymore. And that's not a good feeling. I don't ever want to go back there. So that's what I run from, is that feeling.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for sharing so much. That's real. We got about 6-7 minutes left, but fellas, give it to us.
All right, my name's Chris. I'm an addict.
Chris.
All right, the day I got locked up, man, was January 28, 2021, this year, man. And I was so broke down and beat up, man. I'm a prideful man, you know, that pride, that takes pride in taking care of his. And you know, I was so far gone in my addiction that I was on the run from and homeless, and I even slept outside in the snow the night before I got locked up, man. I woke up in the middle of the night covered in snow. That's how bad it had gotten. And it was so much of shame and guilt on my part to where I didn't care. You know, you hear us talking about how we just gave up. We didn't have no reason to be here. You know, my story was, this time out was my old lady got so good at doing Narcan that she could probably train people in Narcan to people. And it's just sad to say that, you know. My sense of peace came, the peace of mind from me getting, when I got locked up, because I didn't have to stress out no more. I knew my kids wasn't worried about what I was doing, or if they was going to get a call from law enforcement saying that I was in the ICU, because it's happened before, you know. And it's just my peace of mind came from knowing that my family didn't have to worry about where I was or what I was doing, you know, or just, you know, the people that I'm supposed to be taking care of worrying about what I'm doing and worrying about how they can try to take care of me. It's sad, but it brings me joy now to know, you know, to see all the people that are posting on there, you know, that I got love for all y'all, man. Anita, Russell, all y'all. And I just want to tell you, man, that living on the bottom my whole life, you know, being comfortable, you know, I never had a rock bottom. I guess my whole life can be considered my rock bottom, because I just never, I was so selfish and self-centered in my addiction that I never cared about other people's feelings or wants or needs. You know, it was just, my life was full of neglecting people and treating people wrong and taking and just whatever I wanted in life. And it just brings me joy and happiness and peace and hope in the HARP program in Chesterfield County Jail, that I can strive to actually live my life instead of just surviving, you know. And it's real sitting in here, like Briar was saying, crying with a bunch of grown men, you know, because it's all sincere, it's all serious, it's real, and nothing. The only ones that are faking it to make it are the ones that get out there and do the same thing again. You know what I mean? I've come, this is my second time through the HARP program. I did the same thing the first time. I was just here, but it touched me in my heart. It gave me a new purpose, a new way to live, a new belief that something greater could come from life, man. And you know, I made a couple bad decisions, got kicked out, and went back out on the street from another facility, and just kept doing the same thing. You know, this time being in the program, you know, having a leadership position has given me, you know, a sense of you know, I can, you know, we do recover.
Yeah.
You know, clean is the new cool. You know what I mean? It's just having fun in recovery is sounds so awesome to me, man. Thanks for letting me share.
Hey, real quick, since you're sharing, okay, so that's your daughter right there, right?
That's right.
Okay, so and this is real, you know. We do the blameless children every year. We don't know the trauma we cause, the harm we cause. That baby, you know, we rob them of their childhood because they're worrying about their mama. If she's eating, they're worrying about their daddy. If he's got shelter, if he's okay, if he's breathing air. See, these are things that we really got to dig deep and look at. I always felt bad about the things I've done, right? But I didn't dig deep enough to feel how I made that person feel, how I harmed them, how I hurt them, how I caused trauma. Anyway, I love you, boy. I'm proud of you. We gonna live, y'all. Let's go. Who's next?
I'm Adam. My name's Briar.
Right.
Man, just listening to everybody share, just hit a lot of strings with me, man. Because this time around, I haven't been home for a full year since I was like 15, man. And it's kind of sad to think about it, and talking about the effects we have on our family and like our friends. I got a sister that's 2 years older, and then I got a little brother, a little sister, man, a nephew. They all, look at me like a good person, man, when I've never been a good person to them. So that just shows that unconditional love that a family has, and I'm truly grateful for that. But hitting on, the first day coming through booking, man, I was in this program as well. Didn't take it as serious. I went to DOC from here, and for those of you that know how the Department of Correction is, a prison is a lot different from this program I'm in right now. There's a lot of temptation, and I struggled staying clean where I was at. So I came home in a different mindset than what I was in when I was in the HARP program. And I immediately went back to what I know, just because I had become disconnected. And I think that's one of the most important things in recovery is just staying connected to people, to positive people, and staying connected with your higher power, man, staying in tune. But I had fully accepted the consequences for my act. I already knew what was going on. I knew what I was doing when I was doing it, and I knew I was either coming back to jail, going back to prison, or I was going to die. And either one really didn't matter to me because I was comfortable in both places at that point in my life. And just thinking about it, like how sick that sounds, I was really like losing my mind out there, man. Being okay with some of the places that I was visiting and being okay with the people that I was around and accepting that life when I know in my heart that I have so much more potential than that. Like I do have a purpose, and I've always known that. Being a social person and being able to speak with people and help people, I pride myself and sharing my message, man. But if you're not walking what you're talking, people stop listening.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to realize that. And coming back this time, it's been so humbling, man, because knowing recovery, knowing the steps, knowing my word, knowing all that. But if you're not applying this stuff, if I'm not applying it, the listeners stop listening. And that's a big piece for me. So for me, I've had to really just, be quiet a little bit more, humble myself, and understand that I don't know everything, because if I did, I wouldn't still be in these seats. So, it's just a blessing, man. When I came through booking, I was dope sick. I was kicking about a 3.5 gram a day habit. I mean, it was because I was not only using drugs, but I was selling drugs. So I became addicted to that fast lifestyle altogether. And when you have money and drugs, your habit gets outrageous. So, I came in, I was very sick. I couldn't walk for days. I slept for 4 or 5 days. I don't think I came out of tea houses for like 5 days. And one of the first people I seen, it's so crazy, was Miss Seals. They were transporting me for out of town court, and I begged her. I'm like, Miss Seals, please give me. She asked me, coming back up there. I'm like, I don't know, am I? Please get me up there. And I think she went out of her way to get me back up in this program, even after being in here before and not succeeding. So that just shows the unconditional love that this staff has for us as well, because they know not everybody gets it on their first time. And so I'm so grateful to have another opportunity to get this thing, man. It's not over with.
Amen. I love you, boy.
Love you too, man.
Hey, check this out. Look at Mike West. So he's still got the look here, man. Hey, Mike, look here, man. Stay blessed, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out here living, y'all. Who we got next? My man, 100 grand.
Steve, I'm an addict.
Steve.
We were just talking about the day we got arrested. The day I got arrested, I was coming out of Home Depot, and you would think I had robbed a Brinks truck. How many Colonial Heights police officers were out there waiting on me when I came, man. But to be honest with you, that's when my healing started. I remember going into booking, it was at Riverside, but I remember sitting in intake and being able to take my first breath. It was just like Chris mentioned earlier, it was a breath of fresh air, and that's exactly what it was for me. And I wasn't worried about what I left behind, because I left all that stuff behind 10 years ago. It wasn't, I wasn't leaving nothing behind at that point. And like, it was just like, I knew I knew the day I got arrested, I had 9 warrants. I knew I was going to be gone for a few years. And it was just like, I didn't have to run no more. I didn't have to chase no more. I didn't have to worry about dying no more. Like, it was just, it's what it was. It was a breath of fresh air for me. And I had to work my way to get back into HARP and take the next steps that I needed to take. But I remember to that day sitting and booking. I mean, that's got to be a terrible place to be, but just thanking God for getting me, for being arrested, because at that point I was ready to die. So it was nothing but a blessing to get arrested that day. And where I've came since then is crazy. You know, I went from there, you know, from happy in the misery to now I'm going to college. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I got my PRS. Now somebody comes to me to help them when they're struggling with their problems. Like, you know, it's crazy, and it's night and day, and that's just what keeps me going. Thanks for letting me share.
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing, man.
All right, check it out, man. I want to thank you guys. What a blessing, man. You know, just sharing with everybody today and just being real, man, about that pain, that shame, that guilt, and to do something different today. You know, it's so real because I remember, you know, and my blessing is I get to go into the facility where I found my freedom at FCDC. You know what I mean? It was like I get to go in there now as a volunteer. They gave me my little badge, you know, with my name on it, with my picture. I mean, dude, for real. You know what? Because look here, y'all got these volunteers coming in there carrying the message. You know, they're taking time away from their family, right? They're taking, you know what I'm saying? They coming in there to carry this message to you. And now we get to do that today, man. We get to be vessels. We get to be servants. It's real. Where's Seals at? We're at the top of the air. We got to bounce.
We got Miss Bailey here.
Huh?
Come on, Miss Bailey.
Miss Bailey, where you at?
There she is.
It's the squad.
Hey, but you know, this is real. I want to thank each and everybody that's been on here today. He's 19 years old, a binky. It's okay.
No, I'm full.
But what a blessing, guys. Tell them you love them, man, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know, this is real. Hop in. Be good. So, I mean, just for real, man, you know, when this rubber meets the road, you got SEALs, you got the other deputies that believe in you, man, and they ain't just going, you know, when the doors open, don't forget the pain and reach out to these people when something goes awry, or when them cats try to come at you, you know, because you done some push-ups, you done got your little weight back, you know what I mean? We got to stay away from all that, man, because we get, you know what I mean? We got to keep taking our medicine, and that's what we're doing today. Praise God. Thank each and every one of you. Thank everybody that's been on here with the positive comments, man. Go ahead, give it to us. Break it down.
We do recover.
Yeah. Hit them with a HARP one time. Take it out.
Through a multifaceted approach that addresses the physical, mental, and spiritual aspects of the disease of addiction, we strive to find the hero within by recovering from addiction. We stand united with hope, not dope, having chosen to live for something rather than not for nothing. Yep, what they said.
Believe it. Yes.
I mean,
So so I'm gonna try to get with Seals. I aggravate Deputy Seals to death. Now she's cool as a fan, you know. I'm like, I ain't aggravating you. I'm like, no, you can call me whenever. So, you know what I mean? She's adopted me as well as everybody else there. So life is good. I want to thank you guys for real. For, you know, it takes a lot of courage, believe it or not, to get on here and just be wide open. You know what I mean? To be real. But I want to see us keep breaking these generational curses, man. Break this cycle, so we can be the mamas, the daddies, the sister, you know, the brother, the uncles, the aunts. You hear me? The daughter, the son. I want us to do, because God's got a plan. We just got to stay in position and put the work in. You hear me? Yeah. Just cause, like one of y'all said, just cause they sharing like Shakespeare don't mean they walking that walk, baby, Talk all you want to. It's where the walk's at, baby. Praise God. Well, thank you, guys. Deputy Seals, thank you. Thank the sheriff. Thank HARP. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. Love you, baby. Hello. This guy. Hello. Man, plays too much. Plays too much. Oh, what are you doing, man? Oh, he does. Okay. But anyway, Deputy Seals, I'm gonna call me tonight. I'd like to do a recap. You know what I mean? Y'all give them one word. What would you tell a newcomer?
We do recover. We do
that's right.
We got some comments. Read that one.
AC.
Aw. Which is God's grace and mercy on us.
Yeah.
We're gonna pray for you, Olivia. We love you, girl. Olivia Lopez. I'm just saying. All right, well, thank you guys. We're gonna end with the serenity prayer. Let me get in here. Come on, man. What you doing, dog? I'm so blessed. I get to do this because I get caught up. I'm like, man, I got to do this. But the bottom line is I get to do this today. You know, like stuff like this. You know what I mean? We are blessed, you know, because a lot of times we've been present but not there. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
you. Thank you to every one of you, man, for he's killing me. Love y'all.
Just for the day, keep coming back.